Hello everyone and welcome to part 4, if I am correct in my counting. And in this video we're going to be doing this page. It is called the send money online or the send payments, and it looks quite similar to the page that we did last, so I expect that we're not going to dwell much on the layout because we've already done this in the previous page. So yeah, um hmm. It seems as though many of these pages have the same layout. Let me just confirm so that we don't keep on doing the same thing over and over again. This also has the same layout. Even this part. Okay, so you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that for the pages that are going to have the same layout as this, then I'm not going to do them. I mean, if you want me to do them, then all you have to do is just leave a comment on the video. But for now, I don't think I'm going to do them, because if we're going to do this page in this video, and we already did a similar page in the previous video, then I don't think that it would be beneficial to do more pages like that. So I think we're going to skip to this page in the next video, and then we're also going to do, let me see this page. This page doesn't have much except this part, but yeah, I think that is how I'm going to structure it for now. If you want me to keep on doing these pages even though they look overly similar, then all you have to do is just leave a comment on the video and I am going to do it. But for now, we're going to start with this. And of course, as always, I have grabbed all the images from their website. And when you clone the repository, then you're going to find the images right inside the images folder. And currently we are doing this send payments page. So right away, we know that the send payments page is going to be the /send money online. So let's just navigate into that link so that we see what we're going to have on the screen. So send money online, and you can see that we have send payments. So I'm going to place this to the right, and then I'm going to place this to the left. And then inside our pages folder, I have a new folder created called send payments. And inside send payments, I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call this hero.js. You know what, let me just have this as full screen. I think it's much better. So send payments, and let me just say RFC inside here. And then inside my send payments.js, inside my actual page, now I don't want to return this. Instead, I want to return a fragment, and then I want to return the hero that I've just created. Oops, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. So make sure that you're getting the send payments hero. Yes, that is the correct one. So that now when we take a look at this, once it reloads, then we should see hero right here. And then we can begin to style this out. So inside this hero.js, all we need to do now is return a section. And this section, I'm going to call this section, I'm going to give it a class name of, let me just say pay online hero. Now the reason why I'm doing this, the reason I'm giving this class name, is because I want the styles for the previous class, for the previous page, these styles to apply on this page. So for example, if I say pay online dash hero here, and then I give a day with a class of overlay, and I just have an h1 that says, let me just get it, make payments in a few seconds. And then let's have a paragraph that says this. And then let's have a button with a class of btn-blue that says make a payment. So when I save this, then what you're going to see on the screen is the classes are going to apply. And that is what I want to happen. But of course, we're going to change up this background image because the background image is not similar. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add another class, and I'm going to call it send payments. So send payments dash hero, and we're going to use this class to change the background image here. So right away, first of all, let me grab this part and place it inside an article. That is much better. I mean, nothing changes on the screen, but I think the structure is much better. And then let's change the background image here. So send payments hero, let's go inside our index CSS. And then right below this, let's say send payments dash hero. Let's give this a background of URL, and then it's coming from /images / send payments, really send payments. /send hero bg, and then let's set it to no repeat, and center and cover, and that should change the background image. There we go. And the reason why it changes the background image is because of CSS specificity, where because this one is more to the bottom of the CSS file than this class, then this style is going to apply over the other one. So that's why this works. And then now what we need to do is just bring this to the bottom, not really to the bottom, but to the center. So first of all, back inside this file, what I want to do is I want this text to be centered with a padding on the X of 8. This is for mobile screens, of course. And then what I'm going to do for large screens, I'm going to say text dash left, and then I want to have a max width of 6XL here with an MX of auto, just so that everything is limited. So max with the text, not teft, text left, that should be it, that this goes to the left. And then here I can say what's the class, change this into a flexbox, right? Okay, and then I should say justify center, which will bring it to the center now, or not. What's the class at item center? Why does this always confuse me? Okay, there we go, item center. And then we want to limit this paragraph so that it doesn't go all the way to the end. So this paragraph, we're going to say, give it a class name and say that for large screens, then the paragraph width should be a half, width dash a half. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to say that for large screens, then the text should be large. Then let me just see how this is styled out. Okay. So here, let's give this a class name of font light, and then let's say text dash slate dash 800. Let's say text dash 3XL, and then for large screens, let's say text dash 4XL with a margin bottom of 4. And then for this paragraph, let's say margin bottom of 8 to push away from this button. And that should be it. Let's see. Okay. Let's make this a bit bigger, and let's say therefore here, let's say that for 2XL, then the text should be 5XL. That should make it big enough. Okay. And let me see. That should be fine. Is there anything else? No, that is the entire section. Okay. So now we need to build out the second part. And for this one, I'm just going to do a bit of copying and pasting because I don't want to do the very same thing. So we did that section in the pay online. Inside the hero, we built out this part. So this div, just copy this div. And then inside our hero, below this section, we're going to paste in this div. And then all we need to do now is just change this text. So enter this here, and then copy this and paste it here, and then copy this and paste it here, and then save it, and we should see it appear right there. There we go. And then the next section is ways to pay. Once again, this is just a bit of copying and pasting. And okay, you see, the reason why I didn't want to do many similar pages is because of the copying and pasting that is involved. You can see that all we're doing right now is just copying and pasting. Let's see. So let's just do the second part. The second part is called what? Speed. So let's just copy this entire function, the entire component, and then here we are going to create a new file that is called ways to pay.js, and then paste it in, and then change this into ways to pay, and then change the title here, and then change the paragraph here, save it, and then back inside our, where is it, we can close which one? This one. I want this file, so let's render send, what is it, not send but ways to pay. Let's render it, and it should appear next. There we go. And then the next section that we want is this one, and for that, once again, we're going to do a bit of copying and pasting. So let me just call the new file image grids, because it's in a different folder than this one, but we know that this one is for send payments and this one is for pay online. So what we're going to do here is this. We are going to copy everything inside here. So copy, and then inside this image grids, we're going to paste it in, but we are going to change the images. So let me just get the correct images. I mean, we only need one section, so we need the top section, this one, and then we don't need this second section. We can remove it. It ends here. We can remove that. We need the blue section, which is this one, which is this quote. So let's copy this quote and paste it here. And then the fourth section, keeping you safer, this is the article. We need this section, and then we don't need this fifth one, so we can remove this. Okay, and then let's just get the text. So copy this text, really just copy, and then let's paste it here, and then let's copy, and then let's paste it here. And then more about security is the bottom. So more about security. And then below this section, we need to display the hidden articles, the hidden costs that we created. And then below this, we need to display the sign up, which comes from component sign up. And then the footer, of course, is displayed on every page. So make sure that you import these two files on top here. So we have the sign up, we have the hidden costs. Now we just need to get the correct images. So this image, we're just going to call this image keeping you safer. So the image should appear here. Let's rename it to keeping safe, and then you can import it on top. So we don't need this, but you can change this to keeping safe. And then we need to get the correct image. So it is coming from images, send payments, and it is called send n3. So where is it? Let's say send underscore n3, and then underscore lvc underscore 1x.jpg. Okay, and then of course we need to change the background image for this. So image grid hero, I want these classes to apply, and let me also add another class here called send grid hero, so that we can change the background image. But when I save this, notice what is going to happen here. We're going to have, if this reloads sometime today. Oh wait, I haven't rendered this. So let's go ahead into send payments. Let's render image grids here. So image grids from send payments. Make sure you're getting it from send payments right here. Save it, and we should see something on the screen. It says what cannot be found. Pay online. Oh, this is the wrong image. Where are you? This should say send payments. Send payments. And then we should be able to see it. There we go. So you can see that we have this here. We have the correct image. We have this showing. We have this showing under the footer. So what we need to do is this needs to be aligned to the center. So right here, let's say text-center. And then what we need to do is reduce this to about, let's say 2XL. Too small, let's say 3XL. Okay, and then we need to change this background image, and that's why I added this send grid hero class. So inside our CSS, we're going to go below this, and we're going to say that for the send grid dash hero, we want the background to come from URL, and it is coming from /images / send payments / send n1, should be n1, and then set the background repeat to no repeat, set it to the center, and cover for the background position, and we should save it, and it should appear here. And there we go. Oh, wait a minute, is that the correct image? Okay, that is the correct image. There we go. Would you look at that? And would you believe that that is the entire page? Because it is the entire page. We've just done a bit of copying and pasting, and I think that is the reason why I don't want to do many of them similar pages, because it's a bit of copying and pasting. Not even a bit, it's a lot of copying and pasting, because as you can see, we've already finished this page. Anyways, with that being said, then what I'm going to do is, let me see, get paid has a similar structure, so I'm not going to do this. But once again, if you want me to do this page, then all you have to do is just leave a comment down below. But in the next video, Let me see, what link is this? Get paid, requesting payments. In the next video, we are going to start with this. Okay, you know what? This video has been very short, right? Has it? Yeah, this video is just like about 15 minutes currently, according to my recording. So let me go ahead and do this page right away because it is also a very short page. So for this page, what I've done is I've created a new folder inside my images, and I've gotten this image, which is the one that we require for this particular page. And I have saved it inside here. And then now what we're going to do is inside our pages folder. Now for this particular page, because it is very small and it is only one section, then we're just going to deal in the parent, which is called the mobile apps.js. So inside here, we're going to return a fragment, and then we're going to return a section. On this section, it's going to be, this is a linear gradient, right? Yeah, this is a linear gradient. We're going to get this, these two colors. So let's give this a class name of mobile-apps. And then inside here, let's have an article, and the article is going to have an H1 that says tap into your money. And then below this H1, we're going to have a paragraph that says this. Oops. Copy and paste it here. Okay. And then below this article, we're going to have another article, which is going to be the image. So img, and then we're going to have this inside. So img, let me just say mobile apps, because that is the name of the component. And then let's go ahead and import that image. So import mobile apps from ./images/mobile apps/ and it is called, why did I, okay, let me rename this mobile apps, because that name was too long. So mobile apps, so /mobile apps/mobile apps dot, is it png or jpeg? png. Okay, so notice that this is the folder, and then this is the name of the file. So don't confuse this, otherwise you're going to have issues. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. And then if we navigate into, let me get the correct save. Why isn't this saving? Okay, there we go. If we navigate into the correct link, which is /mobile apps, let's go ahead. Oops. Let's see /mobile apps. We should be able to see this. Okay. And then let me go ahead and grab these two images. Sorry, the two colors. So the brightest part, which is right around here, copy. And then we're going to do this inside our index CSS. We're going to go below this, and we're going to say that for the .mobile-apps class, we want to have a background. Is it a background image or a background? A background, and then we're going to have a linear gradient, and it is going to be 90 degrees, so 0, 90, because we want it to go from the left to the right. So 90 degrees, and we are beginning with this color, and we're going to this color. Copy and paste it in. And I think that should be correct. Let's save it. Let's see what we have on the screen. There we go. So there is our linear gradient. And then now let's begin to style this out to look better. Let's close this. Where are you? Mobile apps here. So inside this section, let's grab both of these, and then let's add a div, so that we can now limit this div by giving it a class name of maxwidth-6xl and mxauto, so that we can limit the content inside without limiting the background color. And then inside this article, let's give this a class name of text white, so that both of this text is white. Let's style this h1, give this a class name of text-4xl, and then for large screens, text-5xl, with a margin bottom of 4 to push away from this paragraph, and then font-light. That should be it. And then we're going to go back inside this div, and we're going to say that this should be a grid with grid columns 1 with a gap of 8, just a bit of a gap. And then inside this image, we're going to give this image a class name of block and mxauto, so that it centers it on all screens. There we go. And then we're going to go back here and say that for large screens, then we want the grid columns to be 2. So now they display side by side. And then for large screens, let's say items center, which should bring this down. Fantastic. And then let me see, we need to fix something because on mobile, I don't want this to happen. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's say that the padding top should be 10, padding top here, and then the padding on the X should be 8, meaning push this inwards just a bit, and then the text should be center, and then for large screens the text should go back to the left. So text center on mobile, but for large screens then the text goes back to the left. That is what we want, right? Okay, that does look okay. You know what, let me say padding Y of 10 so that we have padding even on the bottom on mobile. But then on large screens, we don't want this padding on the bottom. So for large screens, we're going to say padding bottom 0 so that it removes this padding on the bottom. And then we're going to go inside this top section and we're going to give it a margin bottom of 20. That there's a bit of margin here, because what we want to do is this image, we want this image to move downwards just a bit, because as you can see, it is not, the blue part doesn't cover all of it, right? So what we're going to do therefore is this. We're going to say that for large screens, then position this image as absolute, and then for large screens, then position it to the minus bottom of 20. And then we need to go back inside this div and position this div as relative. Let's see. Oops. That is not what I want to happen. It should be on this part, relative. That should fix it. Or it doesn't. Huh. I for sure thought that would work. Relative. Let's see. What breaks you? Position absolute is the one that breaks you. Okay. I know the problem. Try to figure it out. Look. But then when you add position absolute, look what happens. The reason why the background color persists all the way to the bottom is because when this is not positioned absolute, it is positioned relative to the blue background. So the blue background persists because of this image, because this image is quite big. So if you don't want to use absolute positioning here, then what you can do is you can add a negative margin. So you can say minus margin bottom of 20, which is going to push this downwards. And that's the thing about margins. The reason why I like margins is because you can add negative values to it, but you can't add negative values to padding. Just make sure that this applies on large screens only so that you can get the correct, what's it called? The correct user interface. Now that I have this as negative 40, then let's increase this margin here because we don't want this to overlap until the footer. So let's increase this margin to 40. And there we go. That's looking nice. And would you look at that? We have done 2 pages within a span of about 25 minutes, less than 25 minutes. Fantastic. So that is going to be the PayPal app page, the mobile apps page. And next, let me see, do I want to do the deals page? Because the deals page is only this. It doesn't have many things, you know. We can do this part and then this part and then this part. And then once we do that, then we're going to be done with the personal section, and then we're going to move on to the business section. And the business, I think, is a bit more interesting because the pages are a bit more not so similar. So thank you for watching, and in the next video we're going to be dealing with the deals page.